Ask yourself, why do some people stand firm in chaos while others collapse from the smallest storm? It's not because they were born stronger. It's not because they were lucky. It's because they forged a mind that cannot be broken. Most people are not truly weak. They've just mastered the art of avoiding pain. They spend their lives chasing comfort, dodging challenges, then wonder why they feel tired, fragile, and lost. They think what they need is a fair life, but what they truly lack is a strong mind. After this moment, you'll stop seeing pain as your enemy and start seeing it as your greatest teacher. You'll stop wishing for an easier life and begin building the strength to carry the one you have. Because only when you forge inner strength are you truly free. Today, we build that fortress brick by brick through Stoicism, not as theory in books, but as a discipline lived, tested, and earned in the fire of everyday life. Part 1. The shift in mindset. Stop wishing for an easy life. Start building a strong mind. Most of us pray for a smooth road, instead of praying for stronger legs to walk the rocky one. But Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Do not wish for the world to change for you. Change yourself to meet the world." Here's the first truth you must flip. Hardship isn't something abnormal that needs to be avoided. Hardship is the default state of life. We suffer not because of what happens, but because we believe it shouldn't have happened. And every time we think that way, we chain ourselves tighter. Every challenge you face today is not punishment, it's training. Rejection, failure, betrayal, these are not curses. They're tests, designed to see if you've grown strong enough to become who you're meant to be. One late evening, I met James, a former airline worker laid off after the pandemic. He sat in a quiet cafe, hands gripping a cup of coffee like it was his last anchor. "I did everything right," he said, "and life still knocked me down." I stayed silent, waited for the first wave of emotion to pass, then asked, "If life stopped knocking you down, would you still grow stronger?" He smiled faintly. That night, we made a rule: don't pray for the storm to stop. Learn to build a house that can stand in the wind. The mind is just like a muscle. If you don't push it, it shrinks. Those who keep running from difficulty are not weak because of fate. They're weak because they've never trained their spirit. Every time you endure pain without complaint, every time you take another step, even when you don't feel like it, you're layering another sheet of steel onto your mind. Here's how to flip your mindset. Don't ask, "Why me?" Ask, "Why not me?" Don't say, "Life should be easier." Say, "I will become stronger." Don't think, "I hate this." Think, "This is shaping me." Here's a 60-second drill right now. Recall the last situation that made you angry. Write one line. If this was a test designed specifically for me, what quality is it training? Patience? Detachment? Focus? Write it down, name it, own it. Because one day, life won't break you anymore. It will sharpen you. Part 2. The true story. How pain creates power. David Goggins wasn't born a warrior. He was overweight, spraying cockroaches for a living, drowning in depression and self-doubt. One night, he saw a Navy SEAL documentary on TV, and something inside him snapped. He looked into the mirror and saw a man losing to himself. That night, he made a choice: change or die slowly in defeat. To even qualify for SEAL training, he had to lose over 100 pounds in 3 months. It sounded impossible, but he did it. He woke at 4 a.m. while the world was asleep. He ran until his lungs burned. He trained until his legs bled, until his body screamed for mercy, until his heart felt like it might burst. And every single day, he asked himself, "Are you willing to suffer, to become someone new?" He didn't chase pain because he loved it. He embraced it because he understood a truth most people never learn. Mental strength is born the moment you push past the point where everyone else quits. Goggins was no longer an ordinary man. He became living proof that limits exist only in your mind. The body may be fragile, but the mind, when forged through fire, can turn you into something extraordinary. Part 3. 4 habits that keep you weak. 1. Complaining. Every time you complain, you're telling the universe, I have no control. Complaining is the reflex of the weak. It solves nothing. It only cements you as the victim in your own story. The strong don't whine endlessly. They either fix it or they move on. The Stoics said it best. Nothing is more miserable than speaking of one's misery. So instead of complaining, act. If it can be changed, do it. If it can't, accept it, silently, with dignity. 2. Chasing comfort. Comfort is the silent killer of strength. A mind addicted to ease will never evolve. Bamboo doesn't grow tall because of sunlight. It grows because the wind keeps bending it. Comfort isn't evil, but being addicted to it melts your discipline. You can't claim to have a warrior's will if every morning you negotiate for 5 more minutes of sleep. Every tiny decision you make is a vote for the person you want to become. So step outside your comfort zone, just a little every day. Follow the 1% rule of harder things each day. Do one thing 1% harder than yesterday. Take a cold shower. Say the thing you're afraid to say. Start the project you've been avoiding. Each time you choose discomfort, even in small doses, you shift your trajectory from weakness to power. 3. Sophisticated excuses. Every excuse you tell yourself is a chain locking you to your weaker self. I don't have time. I'm not ready. I'm too tired. They sound reasonable, but most are just fear in disguise. No, you don't lack time. You lack priorities. You're not tired, you're afraid. And when fear takes the wheel, you tell stories to justify your inaction. A strong mind doesn't make excuses, it makes adjustments. Here's a challenge: write down your top 3 excuses. Then cross them out and write the truth behind each one. That sting of honesty you'll feel is the inflammation leaving your ego. 4. The need for validation. Human beings crave recognition. We want to be seen, to be told, you're doing great, you'll make it. But that craving is the most elegant trap ever designed. Science calls it the dopamine illusion. When you announce your goals publicly, your brain releases dopamine, the same chemical it gives you after you actually achieve them. So you feel accomplished even when you've done nothing. And that illusion kills your drive. Why do most people never reach what they talk about? Not because they're lazy, but because they reward themselves too early. Their brain thinks the victory is already won, all because of a few likes and comments. Epictetus warned us, don't boast about what you intend to do, show them when it's done. The Stoic doesn't talk about his path, he walks it. He doesn't need permission. He doesn't need an audience. He needs only one thing: proof to himself. Part 4. The daily habits that forge mental strength. A strong mind isn't built from a one-night success course. It's built from rituals, repeated daily, until they carve discipline into your soul. Here's a simple one: 0 to 1 5-minute routine, minimal enough to do every day, yet powerful enough to reshape you within 6 to 8 weeks. 1. Cold showers. Not to show off toughness, but to teach your brain that nothing is more dangerous than laziness. You don't have to go full Arctic, just finish with 30 to 60 seconds of cold water. When you let that cold hit your skin and you stay standing, you send a signal to your mind. I face discomfort, I don't run from it. 2. Physical training. The body and the mind are not separate. When you train your body, you train your will. Those who master their body understand that physical discipline is the foundation of mental resilience. Push-ups, planks, squats, adjust to your strength. Forget performance, the goal isn't records, it's resistance. Do 2 or 3 short sets, enough for sweat to break, enough to prove you showed up. 3. Meditation. Not to become a monk, but to finally see yourself clearly. Meditation is the practice of awareness, to react less, observe more, and regain control of your mind. In chaos, the one who knows how to pause and breathe always wins. Sit upright, eyes half closed. Watch your emotions like clouds. They come, they go, they're not you. When a thought arises, name it anxiety, anger, curiosity, anger. Then let it drift away, no judgment. This is how you begin separating yourself from your reactions and reclaiming power over them. 4. Do one hard thing every day. Pick the thing you've been avoiding and do it first. No, I'll do it later. No, when I feel like it. Every time you complete what you fear, you send a message to yourself. I can be trusted. I follow through. That trust, that unshakable belief in yourself, becomes the foundation of all mental strength. 5. Night journaling. Before bed, write just 3 lines. 1. One moment today when you almost lost control. 2. 3 better ways you could have responded. 3. One small promise for tomorrow, specific, measurable, real. Congratulations, you've built the framework of your fortress. But remember, a fortress isn't proven until it's been through fire. Only when it's been tested, burned, cracked, rebuilt, does it truly become strong. And the fastest way to succeed is to learn to fail faster. Part 5. Redefine failure. People fear failure because they confuse it with their worth. But failure doesn't diminish you, it teaches you how to rise. Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. Steve Jobs was fired from the company he built. Oprah was told she was unfit for television. And yet those failures became the furnace that forged their steel. Because the strong don't fear falling. They fear walking away without learning. Let me tell you about Ava, a young chef in Austin. She spent 5 years chasing her dream of opening her own restaurant. On opening day, it poured rain. The first online review read, "Food's bad, service slow." Ava broke down. She closed for a week, shut out calls, emails, everything. On the 8th day, she came back, alone. She stood in her cold kitchen, opened every bad review, and started taking notes. Slow? She timed her kitchen flow. Too salty? She retasted every sauce. Rude? She rewrote the rule for how guests were greeted. 3 months later, her restaurant was full. One customer said, "I don't know what they changed, but everything feels different now." Ava smiled. "I sat face to face with failure until it finally agreed to teach me." This is the Stoic blueprint of failure. Failure doesn't end you, it reveals you. When you face it honestly without excuses, it gives you the map to improve. Then you return quietly, without drama, and fix what must be fixed. Failure is a teacher reserved for those brave enough to live honestly. So if you've fallen, be grateful, because it means you're still in the arena. The only true loser is the one who never stepped in. Part 6. Master your emotions. Calm is the highest form of power. Life doesn't destroy you with storms, it destroys you by making you lose control inside the storm. The weak react, the strong reflect. Emotions are like waves, you can't order them to stop, but you can learn how to ride through them. Every time you feel anger, hurt, or provocation, pause for 5 seconds. Take a deep breath. Count slowly. That brief pause is the line between being controlled and being in control. Picture this, a meeting room. Your boss, exhausted and irritable, throws blame on you in front of everyone. Your body burns, your mind screams to strike back. But you stop 5 seconds. You look around, your colleagues are tense, watching. Then you speak calm, clear, firm. "I'll take responsibility for my part. Give me 2 hours to check the logs and I'll report back to the team." At that moment, you sent a signal of power. You didn't submit, But you also didn't let anger take the wheel. You kept your rhythm, and the entire tone of the room shifted. Use the 5-2-1 rule to master emotional control. 5 seconds of silence before responding. 2 questions to clarify and pull your mind out of the emotional trap. What do you mean exactly? What's the main priority here? 1 action step with a clear deadline. Remember, emotion is a message, not a sentence. Epictetus said it perfectly. It's not what happens to you that makes you suffer, it's how you think about it. The Stoic doesn't run from emotion, he studies it, understands it, but never lets it lead. Because calm, true calm, is not weakness. It is the ultimate expression of strength. Part 7. Attitude, the foundation of an unbreakable mind. You can't control everything that happens, but you can always control how you respond. When life throws stones, the weak curse back, the strong build fortresses. The mind of steel never asks, "Why is this happening to me?" It asks, "What can I do with this?" That single shift, that one question defines destiny. Attitude is the foundation of peace. Because you can't choose the wind, but you can set the sail. A Stoic mind understands life doesn't need to get easier. You just need to get wiser. Part 8. Discipline, the bridge to freedom. Motivation is emotion. Discipline is decision. And decisions are what shape your life. Those who live by emotion rise and fall with their moods. Those who live by discipline stay steady, consistent, and unstoppable. Discipline isn't punishment, it's a promise to yourself. I will do what needs to be done, whether I feel like it or not. You don't need to feel inspired, you need to do what's right. Stop chasing massive goals, start building simple systems. Don't say, "I'll be successful." Say, "Every day, I'll take one solid step." Instead of the goal, write a book. Turn it into a system. 500 words each morning before 8 a.m., Wi-Fi off. Instead of get fit, turn it into 5 workouts a week, 25 minutes each, 1 sweaty photo as proof. Instead of earn more money, turn it into 1 hour of skill practice each night, 1 small project each week sent into the market. And follow this rule, never miss twice. Miss 1 session, fine, but the second one, you restart immediately. This is your safety valve for every habit, because real change doesn't come from bursts of inspiration. It comes from small, deliberate actions, repeated long enough to become who you are. Conclusion: the choice is yours. Life is waiting for your decision. You can go back to the comfort zone where nothing grows, nothing changes, and the same days keep repeating. Or you can step forward into the fire and build a mind so strong the world itself takes notice. No one can do it for you. There will never be a perfect time. The time is now. If you truly want to become unbreakable, start today. Not with something grand, but with something small, deliberate, consistent. Because strength doesn't arrive in lightning bolts. It's forged in quiet repetitions that no one sees. You don't need more motivation, you just need to remember this. You are already stronger than you think, you just haven't stayed long enough to prove it. So choose the second path. Walk toward the hard things. Build the mind that can't be shaken. And if this message lit a spark inside you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe if you're ready to grow with us, to rise, to rebuild, to master your own mind. Now drop 1 line in the comments, your promise to yourself. I choose strength over comfort. Because that's where your transformation begins.